In a world of constant change, Breaking News Hub brings you the stories that matter. Fast, accurate, and always ahead of the curve. This is BNH TV, where news breaks first. Subscribe now and never miss a headline.
Section 1. Rwanda expels Belgian diplomats. In a move that sent shockwaves through the international community, Rwanda expelled Belgian diplomats, marking a significant escalation in diplomatic tensions. This unprecedented action took place on 17 March 2025, a date that will be remembered for its diplomatic upheaval. The expulsion of the diplomats effectively severed the diplomatic ties between Rwanda and Belgium, creating a void in their international relations. The Rwandan government took the extraordinary step of declaring the Belgian ambassador persona non grata, a term used in diplomacy to indicate that a person is no longer welcome. This expulsion came amidst escalating tensions over the ongoing conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo, a region fraught with violence and political instability. Belgium accused Rwanda of supporting M23 rebels, a charge that Rwanda has repeatedly denied. The M23 claims to stop discrimination and atrocities, which the government of the Democratic Republic of Congo is applying to the Kinyarwanda-speaking Congolese in eastern part of the country. The rebels request for direct peace dialogue to solve problems, but the government chose the military option as a solution, yet the inability its forces was ascertained by the loss of important cities like Goma and Bukavu. The M23 rebels are now establishing peace and security in occupied cities, and the population are requesting them to continue the liberation struggle to more parts of the country. This diplomatic row is the latest chapter in a long and troubled history between Rwanda and Belgium, a relationship marred by numerous conflicts and misunderstandings over the years. The relationship has been strained by the legacy of Belgian colonialism and its role in the 1994 Rwandan genocide. The scars of the past continue to influence the present, making reconciliation a challenging prospect. The expulsion of diplomats signifies a deep-seated resentment and mistrust that continues to plague Rwanda-Belgium relations. This event serves as a stark reminder of the complexities and sensitivities involved in international diplomacy. Section 2. Kagame's criticism to the Belgian government. On 16 March 2025, Rwandan President Paul Kagame delivered a speech to criticize the government of Belgium in the wake of the diplomatic expulsions. He accused Belgium of hypocrisy and a lack of remorse for its colonial past. Kagame highlighted Belgium's role in dividing Rwandan communities along ethnic lines. He argued that this division played a significant role in the 1994 genocide. Kagame's remarks resonated deeply with many Rwandans. They view Belgium's colonial legacy as a root cause of the country's long history of ethnic violence. Kagame's condemnation of Belgium's actions serves as a stark reminder of the enduring impact of colonialism on post-colonial societies. Section 3. Belgian colonialism in Rwanda. To understand the current tensions, one must delve into the historical context of Belgian colonialism in Rwanda. Before Belgian rule, Hutu and Tutsi communities coexisted, though not without social hierarchy. However, Belgian colonial policies exacerbated these divisions. They implemented a system of racial classification, favoring the Tutsi minority and relegating the Hutu majority to a subordinate position. This divide and rule strategy aimed to maintain control over the colony by exploiting existing social cleavages. The Belgians issued identity cards that rigidly categorized individuals as either Hutu or Tutsi. This categorization had profound and lasting consequences for Rwandan society. A Kenyan journalist, Lynn, has recently shed light on this history, detailing Belgium's role from the colonization period to the present day. Many Rwandans appreciated her, with many comments and likes on her YouTube channel, since she was revealing the truth on the role of Belgians in the bad history of Rwanda and its neighboring countries. Burundi and Democratic Republic of Congo, which were both colonies of Belgium. Next chapters summarize the important analysis made by Mrs. Lynn on the 18th of March 2025. Section 4. The 1959 Hutu Revolution. The seeds of resentment sown during Belgian colonial rule ultimately led to the Hutu Revolution of 1959. This uprising resulted in the overthrow of the Tutsi monarchy and the establishment of a Hutu-led government. Thousands of Tutsis were displaced and forced to flee to neighboring countries. The 1959 revolution marked a turning point in Rwanda's history. It unleashed a cycle of ethnic violence and instability that would continue for decades. The events of this period set the stage for the horrors that would unfold in 1994. Section 5. A Nation Torn Apart. The assassination of Rwandan President Juvenal Habyarimana, a Hutu, on April 6, 1994, signaled the final stage of the implementation of the genocide plan to exterminate the Tutsis. Over the course of 100 days, more than 1 million Tutsis and moderate Hutus were systematically slaughtered. The genocide perpetrated against the Tutsis was characterized by its brutality and speed. Perpetrators used machetes, clubs, and other crude weapons to carry out the killings. The genocide perpetrated against the Tutsis stands as one of the darkest chapters in human history. It is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of unchecked hatred and the failure of the international community to intervene effectively. Section 6. International Inaction, a Legacy of Shame. The international community's response to the genocide perpetrated against the Tutsis was widely condemned as inadequate and slow. Despite early warnings and clear signs of escalating violence, the global powers failed to act decisively. The lack of timely intervention allowed the genocide to unfold unchecked, leading to the deaths of an estimated 800,000 people in just 100 days. The United Nations peacekeeping force present in Rwanda at the time was woefully ill-equipped and understaffed to deal with the scale of the violence. With a mandate that restricted their ability to intervene, the peacekeepers could do little more than watch as the atrocities unfolded. Their limited resources and lack of support from the international community rendered them almost powerless in the face of such overwhelming brutality. Western powers, including Belgium, were accused of prioritizing their own interests over the lives of Rwandan civilians. Political and economic considerations took precedence, leading to a reluctance to commit the necessary resources to stop the genocide perpetrated against the Tutsis. This self-interest and lack of political will contributed significantly to the international community's failure to act. The failure to prevent and stop the genocide perpetrated against the Tutsis remains a source of profound shame for the international community. Memorials and protests around the world serve as a constant reminder of this tragic failure. The international community's inability to protect the innocent and prevent such a catastrophe has left an indelible mark on global conscience. It serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of indifference and the urgent need for effective mechanisms to prevent future atrocities. The lessons learned from Rwanda underscore the importance of timely intervention, international cooperation, and the moral imperative to protect vulnerable populations from mass violence. The legacy of shame must drive us to build a more responsive and responsible global community. Section 7. Lingering Shadows, the DRC Conflict and M23 Rebels. The recent diplomatic row between Rwanda and Belgium is inextricably linked to the ongoing conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Rwanda has been accused of supporting the M23 rebels, a Tutsi-led armed group operating in eastern DRC. Belgium, along with other Western nations, has criticized Rwanda's alleged involvement in the conflict. Rwanda denies supporting the M23 and accuses the DRC government of harboring Hutu extremists responsible for the 1994 genocide. The situation in eastern DRC remains volatile, with civilians caught in the crossfire of a complex and protracted conflict. Section 8. A fractured relationship, the long road ahead. The recent expulsion of Belgian diplomats highlights the deep and enduring fractures in Rwanda-Belgium relations. The legacy of colonialism, the genocide, and the ongoing conflict in the DRC continue to cast a long shadow over the relationship. Reconciliation and healing will require a sustained commitment from both sides to address past grievances and build a more just and equitable future. This includes acknowledging and atoning for the crimes of the past, as well as working together to resolve the current crisis in the DRC. Section 9. Conclusion. A call for justice and reconciliation. The diplomatic drama unfolding between Rwanda and Belgium is a stark reminder of the enduring legacy of colonialism. The scars left by decades of exploitation and oppression are still visible today, not just in the political arena, but in the very fabric of society. The historical ties between these nations are complex and fraught with tension, yet they also offer a unique opportunity for healing and growth. The devastating human cost of ethnic violence cannot be overstated. Families torn apart, communities shattered, and a nation left to pick up the pieces. The memorials serve as a poignant reminder of the lives lost and the resilience of those who survived. They stand as a testament to the enduring spirit of the Rwandan people and their unwavering commitment to never let history repeat itself. It is a call for justice for the victims of genocide, a demand that those responsible be held accountable for their actions. The courtroom scenes and the faces of the victims' families holding photographs of their lost loved ones underscore the importance of justice in the healing process. Justice is not just about punishment, it is about acknowledging the pain and suffering endured and taking steps to ensure it never happens again. This is also a plea for reconciliation between nations torn apart by history. Reconciliation is a complex and often painful process, but it is essential for building a future where peace and cooperation can flourish. The images of reconciliation ceremonies and diplomatic handshakes symbolize the hope and determination to move forward, to build bridges where once there were walls. The international community has a moral obligation to support Rwanda and the DRC in their efforts to achieve lasting peace and stability. This support can take many forms, from diplomatic efforts and economic aid to peacekeeping missions and humanitarian assistance. The role of the international community is crucial in providing the resources and support needed to rebuild and sustain these nations. Particularly, all solutions should be taken based on the root cause of the conflict rather than the role of actors. The claims of the fighting rebels should be assessed, and to consider the ones that are valid instead of keeping the blame game between countries while innocent Congolese are suffering from lack of stable government. Only through dialogue, understanding, and a shared commitment to human rights can we hope to build a future free from the scourge of violence and oppression. The images of peace talks, community meetings, and diverse groups working together highlight the power of unity and collective action. It is a reminder that while the road to peace is long and arduous, it is a journey worth taking for the sake of future generations.